Good morning, good morning, good morning, world, good morning, Nigeria, good morning, Lagos. Welcome to another exciting episode of your favorite female-centric program, Up You with Ezine, where we dive deep into topics that matter, into matters that matter too. Yes, yes, yes. How you all doing? We're still in March, still basking from the IWD and Mother's Day celebrations. Yes, so it's a month-long celebration, so choose your day and live it up. Good, good, good. Our theme for the month is Inspire Inclusion. And I'm sure that our impressive guest list lineup for the month is already resonating with some of you, if not all of you. Please plan not to miss any episode this month. It's Up You with AZA, and I'm here to keep you company as usual. So let's do this, my beautiful people. Finding self, finding purpose. My name, as always, is Ezine Ufre Academy. Yes, you're very welcome. As always, I'm thrilled to have you join us on today's episode. Our topic is championing inclusivity in health and fitness. Championing inclusivity in health and fitness involves ensuring that everyone, regardless of their background, ability, or identity, feels welcome and supported in participating in physical activity and accessing healthcare services. This can include promoting diverse representation in advertising and media, offering inclusive facilities and programs, providing education and training on cultural competency and sensitivity, and addressing barriers to access such as cost, transportation, and discrimination. Ultimately, it's about creating an environment where everyone feels empowered to prioritize their health and well-being. Like we hear all the time, health is wealth. I dare amend and say, health is the true wealth. And as such, it is important for every woman to be in the know and have access to health and fitness from young. Be kind to follow us on all our social media platforms at Up You with Ezine on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X. We'd love to connect with you and keep the conversation going long after this live episode has ended. Please like and share the stream. It's one way you help our ministry speak and continue to serve you better. The topic today is championing inclusivity in health and fitness. May I remind you that all episodes of Up You with Ezine are up on our YouTube channel, our podcast channels, at Up You with Ezine. Be sure to follow us and don't miss a thing. Welcome, welcome, welcome again. It's time to bring up our guest into the studio. Stay with me. This is Up You with Ezine. If you're just joining us, this is Up You with Ezine, and the topic of the podcast is championing inclusivity in health and fitness. Time to bring up our guests. Our guest today is Dr. Blossom Maduafokwa, a public health physician at the Lagos University Hospital. She has an MBA from Lagos Business School, a master's in public health from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, Baltimore, Maryland. She is completing a master's in healthcare management at Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, Boston. In addition, she has completed the management courses and training at Georgetown University, Washington, D.C., and Columbia University, New York. She's also the executive director of Tecon Niger Blossom Group. Tecon Niger Blossom is a leading oil and gas servicing concern with interest, exploration, and production, including rig and equipment leasing services in Nigeria, Democratic Republic of Congo, and the United States of America. An avid risk communicator, she is the public relations officer of the Association of Public Health Physicians of Nigeria, Lagos branch. She regularly provides advisory via TV and radio on public health issues of interest. A fitness enthusiast, she is the creative director of Blossom's Fitness Hub, a platform that presents fitness in a fun and accessible format with the objective of guiding its customers to sustainable weight management and lifestyle changes. Blossom is a licensed Zumba Gold, and Strong Nation instructor. She is certified by the Athletics and Fitness Association of America, AFAA, under the National Association of Sports Medicine, NASM, an avid runner. She has completed 9 marathons and plans to run many more. Blossom is married and blessed with 4 children. Dear everyone all over the world listening in, watching, please join me in welcoming our very, very special guest to the show today, Dr. Blossom Maduafokwa. Good morning, Blossom. You are
Good
actually
morning.
blossoming.
Thank you. Good morning, my
Morning,
wonderful friend Izine. So glad to be with you and your audience this morning.
morning, morning, morning. Your volume is pretty low, but I hope it works for us. Um,
Okay.
So tell me, it's actually very great to have you on the show. I've been targeting you all this while, and this month of inspiring inclusion just got me to reach out to you and get you on the show. So you're very welcome.
Thank you. My absolute pleasure.
Okay, dokie. If you're just joining us, this is Up Here with Azinia. The topic on the banner is championing inclusivity in health and fitness. Of course, you can all see that Blossom looks very fit, huh? 9 marathons. I'm planning to run more. Oh my God. Blossom, are you ready for
Yes.
the show now?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so let's set the stage, shall we? Can you share your understanding and your perspective of the topic today?
So when you brought this topic to me, I was very excited because it basically straddles two areas that I'm very passionate about: health and fitness. And I want to start by sort of explaining to the audience that they're actually not the same. People sort of conflate both of them a lot of the time, but health is actually different from fitness. So health is physical, mental, and social well-being, not just the absence of disease. This is actually the World Health Organization definition of health. And then fitness is your body's systems ability to optimally work together to help you perform your activities of daily living. And it can be enhanced by physical activity, exercise, and nutrition. So speaking about inclusivity in these two areas, it's extremely important. Speaking about health, inclusivity in health, I'm going to speak about health, inclusivity in health from the perspective of people that are receiving healthcare and from the perspective of people that are giving healthcare. So, people that are receiving healthcare, inclusivity in health means that everyone everywhere can access healthcare, regardless of their age, their gender, their level of income, their level of education, where they live in the world, what culture they find themselves in. In fact, this year, World Health Organization is celebrating World Health Day with the theme Your Health, Your Rights. So health is a basic human right and everyone should have access to healthcare. And now from the standpoint of the provider, which is someone like myself, we need inclusivity as well. We actually don't realize that 70% of the health workforce is made up of women, but only 25 to 30% of women occupy positions where they can make policy decisions in healthcare. So we need to inspire inclusion in healthcare leadership. On the part of fitness, inclusivity is extremely, extremely important. We should be able to ensure that people are able to access fitness tools and services regardless of their body type. People should not be body shamed, regardless of their age, regardless of their physical abilities. So this sort of in a nutshell, is inclusivity in health and inclusivity in fitness.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a very wonderful opening shot. And
Thank you.
it's giving someone like me hope, that yes, we could actually be included. Because
Absolutely. It's for everybody.
oh my goodness, some of us can actually just go through life and not go into a gym, but you're actually giving us hope that we all can find our level, our starting points, and then start from there. I like the stuff
Exactly.
about health actually being a human right. We all
Mm-hmm.
should be healthy, because if we're
Yes.
not healthy, then we can't fulfill the dreams that we carry on the inside. That's a good
Absolutely.
one, Blossom. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Now, I saw the video you made for 1000 Voices Inspire Inclusion,
Yes.
and you touched on something that I wasn't even aware of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you said that we might have a lot of women in health, but we do not have a lot of women in the leadership positions to be able to
Exactly.
make policies, despite the
Yes.
fact that women actually do take health and wellness decisions for their families.
Yes.
That really
Yes.
jarred me. That got
Mm-hmm.
me thinking. And I said, so how do we and then the other day on Saturday, my guest on the show said that inclusivity also means you calling a woman that you know is eminently qualified for something, but might not
Mm-hmm.
be aware of it and say, get in here. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
I just said, oh, maybe that's what needs to happen in this health policy making sector. We need to
Yes.
go out and pull people like you and say, come in here and get into the
Mm-hmm.
policy making stuff, because you're a woman, so you
Yes.
understand women's health and you can help us champion it. How is that?
Yes. Absolutely. This is something I'm very, very passionate about because you see in families, like even observe your own family. Most of the healthcare decisions that are made in your family are made by the women, whether they're being made for the children, even people that are married. The healthcare decisions that are made for the husband are made by the women. Correct me if I'm wrong. And
No,
for
you're
people that have
not.
elderly, yes, for people that have elderly parents, you observe it. Most of the healthcare decisions made for the elderly parents are made by their daughters. So a lot of the healthcare decisions that are made for families are actually made by women. And when you come to policy making, we don't find enough representation. Women have unique uniqueness in the sense that they're able to empathize with the people that they deal with. And it's something that it's sort of a missed opportunity. And like you said, we can recommend women for lots of these positions. If you see something that's available, if you see something that pops up, why not just send to your lady friends and say, hey, you could actually be very good for this position. So I really, it's a fantastic point. Honestly, we should be able to ensure that
But
we ourselves, as women, give ourselves the opportunity to be in those positions.
that, in a sense, is what women supporting women is all about. And then inclusivity
Absolutely.
drives it
Yes.
home.
Yes.
Thank you. Ijoma Chinaka, you're welcome. You're welcome. Ijoma says, nice opening, Dr. Blossom. Yes.
Thank you,
As you come
Ijoma.
in, please make yourself welcome and let us know you're here by writing on the stream. Please share the stream and let's bring in every woman that needs to hear what Dr. Blossom has to say. Let's bring them in. That also is inclusivity. Okay, Blossom. Um, I'm firing shots now at you.
Yes.
How can the health and fitness
Bring it on.
industry better address the unique needs and challenges faced by marginalized communities in terms of accessibility and representation? Because we do know that it's okay for you and I to stay here in Lagos and have this conversation, or be in
Mhm,
Abuja and have this conversation, but we are from somewhere. And
mhm,
those places where we come from, like our villages and rural areas, do not have the luxury of having this conversation, or do not even have
mhm,
access to health or
mhm.
fitness. So what do you think the health sector can do to include these people and bridge the gap?
Absolutely. So I'm going to again discuss it in terms of health and then in terms of fitness. In
Mhm.
terms of health, one of the ways we're actually, because this is my space, public health, one of the ways we're actually pushing for what we call universal healthcare. So ensuring that people everywhere have access to quality, effective, essential healthcare is through primary healthcare. So, primary healthcare is basically healthcare at the grassroots that deals with the major ailments that the community faces. So, what we do for primary healthcare is we focus on maternal and child health. We focus on education. People actually don't actually believe this. Education, environmental health, etc. So what we do is we ensure that the communities are able to champion their health. I'll give you an example. We set up lots of primary health centers in Nigeria, in Lagos State, in different parts of the country. And can you believe that you can walk into a private health center and you won't find anyone there because people are not even aware that treatment at a primary health center is free. So, one way that we can ensure inclusivity in health is to put a lot more funding in primary healthcare and sensitize our communities to take advantage of those facilities. Someone called me one day and was like, "Oh, I have a sick relative. I don't have money." I said, "Go to your primary health center." She said, "But I don't have any." I sent her the address of the primary health center next to her, very, very close. She got there. Her relative got treated for free. She could not believe it. So these are the ways that we can ensure inclusivity. You don't have to be extremely rich to access healthcare. You can go to your primary health center. In the area of fitness, I'm very, very passionate about inclusivity in area of fitness because I'm a fitness instructor. And the first thing I say when I come to my fitness class is, this class is for everybody. I've actually done a fitness class before with someone in a wheelchair. I've done fitness classes with children as young as 3. So it doesn't matter how old you are, your physical ability, how big you think you are, how skinny you think you are. Fitness is for everybody. And this is one of the things that I promote on my platform. And I also encourage other fitness professionals to promote that health fitness is for everyone, and everyone should be able to access fitness facilities. If they can't access it physically because of funding, they can access it online. I've offered free online classes before, and these are some of the ways that we can ensure that everyone is included as they pursue their journey of fitness.
Whoa, whoa. Blossom, you're actually hitting hard and sending stars into my head. My head is actually like expanding with every comment that you make. Um, Let me take you back to the health part of your answer.
Yes,
You said
yes,
that there are actually primary health care clinics that are just within our neighborhoods, and we do not even know about it. And
yes,
that's number one. That's the first shocker. The second shocker is if you get there, you even get treated for free. That's the
yes.
second shocker. It
You
therefore
only need to pay
means
for
that we are
your
not
registration. Yes.
exactly. It therefore means that we are not creating enough awareness. So when you talk about education, I think that is where we should start hammering on. I am actually very pleased that we're having this conversation because you're
Yes.
bringing stuff to fore that will make it easy for someone who says, I don't have money to have
Mm-hmm.
access to health.
Yes,
I was going
absolutely.
to say to you down the line in this conversation that I have a friend in South Africa who is doing this kind of stuff. She has community clinics in everywhere, and then she gets everybody to go in there. They take some kind of insurance for very little sum of money and they get
Mm-hmm.
treated.
Mm-hmm.
But what you have even said is even more eye popping. There are such
Yes.
clinics in Lagos.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
There are over 300 primary health centers.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Somebody should please write it for me. You see, Ijoma is also screaming, whoa, for real.
Yes.
Ijoma, please, could you type in the comment and say there are over 300 primary health centers in Lagos, and you get access and you get treatment free for women? Thank you. Thank you so much. And then even on the part of fitness, it's
Mhm.
good that you mentioned that you've had sessions with someone on a wheelchair or people on
Mhm.
wheelchair, or even with children. One would
Mhm.
start asking, why would someone on a wheelchair need to be fit? Somebody will
It-
start wondering, why do
mhm.
children need to be fit? So
Yes.
fitness is not about, well, me, for instance, who needs to lose weight, or about someone who needs to go for a show or something.
Mhm.
Fitness is something that all of us should normalize and have
Yes.
and do as a part of well-being and living. That's what you're saying, right?
Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly. Yes.
You see, then I'm going to ask you, how do we communicate this better? Because you see, somehow we all know that we have to brush our teeth every morning,
Mhm.
and sometimes at night. For those of us who do morning and night, some people even are fastidious. They brush after every meal.
Yes.
So how do we sell fitness to people, to all the women, to
Mhm.
understand that it has to be something they do? The way you change your hairstyle, the way you take your
Mhm.
bath, the way you eat
Mhm.
food, the way you buy new anything, you have to do what? Invest in fitness intentionally on a daily basis.
Absolutely. And this is precisely what I do. What what I do is I try to present fitness in a way that is fun, so that you want to do it and you want to continue to do it. If you come to any one of my fitness classes, you will not actually realize you're working out. You will just be
See, let
having
me tell you
fun.
why. Let me tell you why I've not come to one. Between you
Please
and
tell
Kate
me.
Henshaw, between you and Kate Henshaw, I mean, come on, where do I start?
No,
So when I
no,
look at
no.
it, I'll say no.
No. This is why you should come to my class. Because when you come to my class, you have so much fun. You actually forget you're working out. Usually, it's the next day people call me and they'll be like, "Oh, I can't move. My whole body aches." I said, "You didn't realize you were working out yesterday because you were having too much fun."
Oh
And
wow.
that's one of, yeah, exactly. You should try my class, honestly. That's that
Okay.
is actually that's one of that. So that's one of the ways that I promote fitness in a way that is accessible, so that you're not thinking, "Oh, I have to be this fit before I start working out." No, it's for everybody. And one thing that we also can do is to realize you can have physical activity throughout your day. You don't have to wait till you get to the gym. You don't have to wait till, oh, now working out for 2 hours. No, you can do chores in your house instead of sending
Blossom.
instead of sending someone on an errand. You can run the errand yourself. That way you get physical activity. You're in a Zoom meeting. Why do you have to do your Zoom meeting sitting down? You can do it standing, you can do it walking around. These are little ways that you can get physical activity into your day. So you don't have to wait till you come to my fitness class or you get to the gym to work out. You can have physical activity weaved in throughout your day. And that way it's easy, it's simple. Take the stairs, don't take the elevator. Walk to your car. Don't wait, call your driver, come and pick me up at the entrance. No. These are little ways that we can build physical activity into our day. So it doesn't have to, you realize it's not this fantastic idea. It's something that anyone can do.
Great. I'm considering it. Let's see what happens at the end of this episode. You might just be able to win me over. So, but
I
tell
will win you
me,
over.
you fitness professionals and trainers, you play a lot, you have you have a big role to play in fostering and welcoming an inclusive environment for all of us. And that's what you're doing now. You're
Yeah.
really doing a soft sell, but
Yes.
you're trying to catch me. So can you just
I
generally
will
tell us
catch
what
you as you
happens
name.
can you tell us what happens in Wisdom Fitness Hub? Someone is already asking, I gonna have Zumba class on Saturday. Oh, you have more of your members here already.
Oh, absolutely. So Blossoms Fitness Hub, you can check out all the classes and events that we have on Instagram at Blossoms Fitness Hub. Any fitness event or class that we have will always post it there. So in my class, before I start my class, I always tell my class that I always say, in this class we have three rules. Rule number one, this class is for everybody. Anybody can do this class. Rule
Oh,
number
wow.
two, yes. Rule number two, in my class, you have to shout. You can't go stand at the back and just watch us. No, no, no. You have to shout. You have to make some noise. And rule number three, in my class, you have to be sexy. And that is what we
You
say
have to
at the
what?
beginning of every class. You have to be sexy.
Okay.
So my class is basically Zumba is basically a dance fitness program. It's predominantly to Latin music. However, when I do it in my class, because I'm doing it to a Nigerian audience, I have a lot of Nigerian music, a lot of Afrobeat, that kind of stuff. So it's upbeat, it's fun. I mean, honestly, if I weren't the instructor, I would still be going to that class. It's so much fun.
That's a good one. That's a good one. If you are the instructor, you will always be going to that class. That's a good one. It sounds very interesting already. So, actually, if I get it, you are actually saying fitness can be fun, or it should
Yes,
be fun.
yes.
And for all of us men who are always thinking, what do I do to let down my hair? What do I do to this? I need to distress. What do I do to get the zinc back into my life? There is
Mhm.
some form of fitness you can actually engage in and get all of this rolled into one. And not to
Yes,
mention that you'll be networking with other women. It's a sisterhood kind
absolutely.
of. Or do you have men
Yes.
in such in
We
your
have
hub?
men, we have men in our, like I said, the class is for everybody. So we have men in our class
Oh,
as
so
well.
it's an
Yes.
all-inclusive. That's the world
It's
we're
all
trying to build, where
inclusive.
everybody is
Remember
welcome.
inclusivity. Yes.
Oh, wow, I like this. Really like it a
Yes.
lot. So now tell me, Blossom, yeah. Um,
Hmm.
talking about facilities,
Hmm.
the sometime people also would not be able to come for these fitness classes and stuff like that because of the way we build. Our facilities do not take into consideration
Hmm.
our fitness levels or our
Yes.
physical.
Yes. Hello, can you hear me? Isina, you seem to be frozen. I can't. I didn't get the last part of what she said.
Yeah, we are not all equally able in the.
I'm sort of losing you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay, good. I thought I lost you there. All right.
No, I can hear you.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah. So I was saying, could you start again and go?
Okay, so I didn't get the last question. You sort of
So I
were
was
frozen for a
saying, what
while.
I said was, how do we about your facilities or facilities generally in Nigeria? how do we, when we're designing and constructing, take into consideration that we are all differently abled and we'll
Mm-hmm.
all want to be included in the flow of life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very important question because I mean I went to a gym in here in Lagos. It's on the first or second floor, and I was asking myself, if someone in a wheelchair, how are they going to get up to that floor? They can't climb
Exactly.
up the stairs. So we don't build in these tools and services for people that are not as able as other the majority of our like prospective clients. And it's very, very important. And I think moving forward, anyone that is setting up a fitness facility, that should be top of mind, honestly, because it's something that I go to some place and I'm really like heartbroken. Like someone that is differently abled will literally just not leave their house because they can't go anywhere in this part of the world. It's really a big issue. It's something that we really, really need to pay attention to if we're doing construction work, whether it's for fitness or for any other purpose. It's very, very important.
Yeah, because I know that in other climes, when buildings are done, take all of this. There is wheelchair access. We have the ramps
Yes,
for
there's
those of us who have
accessibility. They
arthritis
have
and
accessibility
all
tools.
sorts, so that we
Exactly.
can all have
Yeah.
access to, yeah, what access to
Yeah.
health and fitness. You
Yeah.
know,
Very important.
thank you. I hope that the architects and the builders on this, the real estate developers and everybody on this call will take this into cognizance so that the modern
Yes.
buildings that we're doing will give us inclusivity for everyone. And then we will even start innovate the old ones to also give us inclusivity. Yeah, because even our population right now, we have a lot of the older people, and so we need to also
Yes.
consider them because with age comes
Yes.
all of this
Oh, yes.
motion slowness, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Um, so we have 51%. Women make up 51% of the world population.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if 51% of the world population is not healthy nor fit, then the world in itself is sick. And
Mm-hmm.
if going by what happened the last time when we had COVID, the pandemic, a lot of women and children were affected.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if we're to believe the news that is filtering in that another pandemic is brewing somewhere, then it means that today is the day to begin to intentionally take care of our health and then make sure
Mm-hmm.
that we're fit so that whatever
Yeah.
comes does not knock us out, that our immunity and everything is okay. And
Mm-hmm.
somehow you're the doctor, but I think that if you're fit, then you will not fall sick easily. Could you please confirm this?
Oh, absolutely. Let me use COVID-19 as an example. I mean, study after study show that the likelihood to have severe COVID or to be hospitalized in the ICU or even to die from COVID, the likelihood increased if you had underlying conditions, including chronic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, kidney disease, being overweight or obese. Um, there, a lot of these factors contributed to people actually dying of COVID. So it's extremely important. There was actually a study that I reviewed, and it found out that people that were more physically active were less likely to be admitted in hospital for COVID-19. So being physically fit increases your likelihood or reduces your likelihood of being admitted in the hospital for any number of diseases. Again, being physically fit ensures that you're able to manage your weight as well, and that reduces your risk for having hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease. In fact, physical inactivity is the fifth leading cause of death in the world.
Hmm.
So being physically active and being fit, it's like one of the baseline things you need to do to improve your health. Now, the World Health Organization came out with an advisory and said that if we were able to control four risk factors, we're going to be able to reduce the risk of many diseases by 70%. What are those risk factors? Poor nutrition, smoking, abuse of alcohol, and physical inactivity. Just by reducing these
Please,
four
could you say
things,
that again? Somebody please write them down in the stream. Yes, go ahead.
poor nutrition,
For nutrition,
smoking, smoking,
for what?
poor nutrition, smoking,
Okay.
abuse of alcohol, what we call harmful use of alcohol,
Abuse of
and
alcohol,
yes, and physical inactivity.
physical inactivity.
If we're able to reduce these four things, we can reduce the risk of a lot of chronic diseases by up to 70%.
Whoa, up to
So a lot of, yes,
70%.
oh yes,
That's
a lot of
massive.
yes, a lot of the chronic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, cancers, heart disease, a lot of them are the contributors are what we call lifestyle factors. So things that you
True.
do in your daily life. So being physically
Yes.
inactive, having poor nutrition, smoking, and abusing alcohol. These four things, if we can reduce the incidence of or the if you can reduce how much we do these four things, we can reduce the risk of having chronic diseases like cancer,
Oh,
heart disease,
wow.
hypertension, diabetes by up to 70%. Yes.
So, yeah, that explains why they're called lifestyle
Yes,
illnesses. And that's
exactly.
why we're able to control them if we do apply or effect what is also known as
Yes,
lifestyle changes.
exactly. Exactly.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, that's
So
exactly
honestly,
right.
I think we should tell this story this way so that if we know, for instance, now, if I know that if I just come to your class and dance for like 30 minutes, 1 hour, okay, I'll start with
Mhm.
30 first.
You
If
would
I
do
come to your
one
class
hour.
and dance with
You
30,
wouldn't know you did 1 hour.
some people's level of fitness might just be 15 minutes. So if you dance for
Oh
15
yes.
minutes,
Start with
let's say
5
15
minutes
minutes,
even. Yes.
yeah. And if you just keep at that and keep at it and keep doing it and keep graduating, you're
Mhm.
actually reducing your risk of having high blood pressure, your risk of having
Exactly.
diabetes, your risk
Exactly.
of cancer, and all what? My. So
Yes.
let me join. Is there a class next week? This week?
There's a there's a class this Saturday. There's a class next week. Saturday. Yes.
Okay, so where is this week's class? I'm coming because come on, 70%.
Yes.
And that means that I don't have to fall ill. I don't have to go to the hospital.
Yes, absolutely. And I love what you said about starting small. Let me just throw in this little story about
Mhm.
myself. So you had read in my bio that I've run 9 marathons. Can you
Yeah.
believe that I never used to run? I was never a runner. I will come to the gym and I will actually look at people running and be like, ha, how are these people even doing it? And then one day I usually I'll just walk on the treadmill. I'm like, oh, I'm just a walker, I don't run. One of the trainers at the gym said, why don't you run? I said, no, I'm not a runner. He said, but just do like 5 minutes. So for the first time I ran ever 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, let me increase it. I kept running 5 minutes. After a month or two, I increased it to 10. After another month or two to 15. Then one day, after like 6 months to 1 year, I did 1 hour on the treadmill. And before I
Oh,
knew it,
wow.
I had signed up for a marathon, and that was how I ran a marathon. I was never a runner. So starting
And today
small
is
is
9 marathons.
yes, starting small
Okay.
is very, very important.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you again?
I'm going to be 54 years this year.
54. Nine
Yes,
marathons. Still looking
yes.
forward to doing another one. And you've
Oh,
got how
yes.
many children again?
I have 4 children.
Adult children or small children?
No, no, my children are not small. My children are adults. They're
I'm
in
asking
their
you these
mid
questions
late.
because I'm actually talking to
My children are
myself,
in
and I
their
hope
mid to late 20s.
I'm actually talking to myself and hopefully to a lot of women on the stream, whose excuses might be I'm old, I'm over
Mm,
50, I have
yeah.
grown children.
Mm.
Dr. Blossom Maduafokwa is all of that. And she's still pushing forward. She still wants to run more marathons. I've not even
Oh,
run from the
and
beginning
can
of
I
my
tell you
streak to the
something?
end.
I did.
Yes,
So I told you the story about how I ran the 5 minutes. This
yes.
was after my third child was born.
Oh,
I already had
oh,
children at this point. Yes.
before you started.
That
Oh,
was
I
when
thought
I
we were
did my
talking
first
about when
five
you were a
minutes on the
young girl.
treadmill. So anyone can, you can start at any time. Anyone can do it.
Can I share something?
Yes, please.
I've spent the last couple of years, I mean maybe like 2 years now that I started talking to God. I need to reclaim 25 years of my life. I need 25 I need to look like I looked when I was 25. And I
You
pray
can,
it every
you can,
day. I affirm it every day, but I have not run any 5 minutes.
okay, start walking 5 minutes. You don't have to start with running. Just walk. I'll come to my Zumba class.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
So
you can start
now
at any time.
we can actually reclaim our youth, get our
Oh,
zest
yes.
back, be fit to keep going. And more
Yes.
importantly for me, is be healthy and fit at old age.
Oh,
So
yes.
all of that is possible by just consistently moving our bodies as
Mm-hmm.
much as we can every day,
Yes.
improving our nutrition, what we eat. We don't just put
Yes.
anything mindlessly in our mouth,
Yes.
and then stopping to abuse alcohol. It's not
Yes.
alcohol is not what it doesn't heal anything. It
Oh, yeah.
doesn't it's a balm, eh? It's not a balm. It
Nope.
doesn't deaden anything. It still comes back
Yeah.
after it wears off. Yeah. So
Yes.
no need for us to abuse alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will be better women, and we will
Yeah.
be better at nurturing,
Oh,
you know.
yes.
Uh, this is an incredible conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody here is getting something out of it. Okay, Blossom. Um, I'm going to talk about the cost of medicine now.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Recently in Nigeria, 2024, medicine is very expensive. And so, aside from the fact that you have told us today about the primary healthcare centers, it is
Mm-hmm.
also important that we prevent what is preventable so that we do not have to spend all of our resources
Oh,
on
yes.
medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Because the cost of medicine now is enough to buy 2 bags of cement.
Oh, yes.
And it's amazing. I was talking to someone the other day, and the person said, the medicine for my blood sugar it's gone up
Mm-hmm.
so high. The medicine for my cholesterol it's gone up so high. And these are things that the doctors tell us, you tell us, that we need to take on a daily basis. So
Mm-hmm.
when it's now going out of the reach of the
Mm-hmm.
common man to be able to afford this on a daily basis, then the next best thing is what? Watch what you eat
Mm-hmm.
and go move your body.
Yes.
Is that correct?
No, that's correct. I mean, if you've been prescribed medication, you have to take it. However, you said something at the beginning of this portion. You said prevention. We always
Mhm.
say, but I don't know that we actually internalize it. Prevention is better than cure, right?
It is so.
It is. It is. Honestly, it is better than cure. It's better for you to be physically active, to focus on proper nutrition, so that you can prevent some of these things from happening. And even when they do happen, if you continue to be physically active and watch your nutrition, you actually prevent it from being as severe as it would have been. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
that whether you're already diagnosed or whether you're not, being physically active and having proper nutrition will be beneficial for you.
Hmm. Hmm.
So another
Okay.
note on prevention, because let me say it now because I may not have the opportunity to say it again. Medical checkups, annual medical checkups. I don't know who needs to hear this. At every age, there are certain tests, certain screening tests that you need to do, whether you're male or female. So there's an annual medical general check. You just go, they draw your blood, and they run a bunch of tests. And they do a physical examination, which everybody should do every single year. If you're a woman, there's something we call a well woman exam. You know, we're talking about prevention. You don't want something to get so late and then you discover it, you can't do anything about it. So there's something we call a well woman exam where you come to the hospital and we do a breast examination, we do a pelvic examination, and we'll do a pap smear. We're trying to detect breast cancer early, trying to detect cervical cancer early, so that once these things are caught, they can be dealt with immediately and you can continue to live your life. For men, when you get to a certain age, there's something we call the PSA, prostate specific antigens, a test for the prostate. A lot of men have been diagnosed with prostate cancer when they could have picked this thing 10, 15 years before that. So these are tests that we can do. These are annual checks that we should be doing to ensure that we keep ourselves healthy. So while you're being physically active, you're having your proper nutrition, you should also ensure that you do your annual checkup so that if there's anything at all that needs to be picked up and dealt with, it will be picked up and dealt with.
Yes, thank you very much for that.
Yes.
I guess that is why they say early detection saves lives. So we
Lives,
must
absolutely.
plan to save our lives, preserve our lives by going to
Yes.
do our annual checkups.
Yes.
It's quite an investment and it's a worthy one in
It
yourself.
is worthy.
Let that
Yes.
be the birthday gift you give yourself every year. Then, if you have some
Yes.
extra, you can splash on something else. But let your
Exactly.
health be number one for
Mm.
you every year.
Yeah.
Because, like I said at the beginning, health is actually the true wealth.
Wealth, exactly.
Yeah, I see that I'm being called out. I'm being called out in the stream. Uh, the stream is saying, isn't it just go do 10 minutes of Zumba? Okay, yeah, I'll take it. And then somebody's asking a question and saying, what did you call the examination for women? Is it well women examination?
Well woman exam. It's called the
Yes, well
Well
woman
Woman exam.
exam.
It's
Well
done
woman
every
exam.
single year. Yes.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Now, Blossom, a lot of times we have people say things like, I already work very hard. My job is stressful, especially the women in the rural areas. I
Mhm.
carry things on my head from my farm to the market. I go out to fetch water from the stream 7 times in a day.
Mhm.
I pound yam. I wash clothes. I do this and that. And isn't that enough to cover for physical activity? And sometimes I've been in conversations and I've heard people say, when your body gets used to something, it is no longer called it doesn't treat it like an exercise. So
Mhm.
let's say somebody says, I trek every day. Is that not enough physical exercise?
Mhm.
Is there a thing to this thing, or is it just a myth?
Okay, so I'm going to sort of explain the difference between physical activity and exercise. So what you just described, the lady in the village, that's physical activity. And that is actually great physical activity. People don't realize that you get more physical activity in your normal daily life
Mm-hmm.
than you will get working out in the gym. Because let's say so this morning I was at the gym, I was there for maybe an hour, 45 minutes. I'm not going to live there. I still have to come out. But I have like 16 hours for the rest of the day, more opportunities to be physically active. So I can actually be more physically active throughout my day than I was in the gym this morning. But now see where why you need exercise on top of physical activity. So physical activity is any bodily movement that requires energy expenditure. But exercise is structured, repetitive physical activity for the purpose of fitness. So it's planned, it's structured, and it's repetitive, and it's for a reason. So when you engage in exercise, you're not just trying to be fit, you're focusing on your cardiovascular health, you're focusing on your muscular health, you're focusing on your flexibility, and you're focusing on your body composition. So it's physical activity, but it's planned and it's targeted and it's done for a reason. So there are things that I can achieve while I'm exercising that I can't achieve just by being physically active. For example, strength training, lifting of weights to build your muscular strength. You know, as you get older, you lose muscle, and when you lose muscle, you also lose bone mass. So, strength training helps you to build your bone mass. So, I can be physically active, but I need to exercise to actually achieve that objective. So, we all need both. And that's the sort of long answer. Isn't it? Can you still hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? I think I
Perfect.
lost you there.
Yes, perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Good, good. Or should I repeat the answer, my response?
Yes, please. Let's rewind. Yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay, so I was saying that physical activity and exercise are not the same thing. So
Mm-hmm.
physical activity is any bodily movement that requires energy to be expended. So like the lady that you described in the rural area is physically active, which is very, very good, which is fantastic. However, exercise is structured, planned, repetitive physical activity that is done to achieve um, fitness, physical fitness. There are things that you can achieve with physical activity that you can achieve with exercise that you can't achieve with physical activity. And I give an example: strength training, like lifting of
Mm-hmm.
weights to build
Mm-hmm.
muscular strength. You know, when you build muscular strength, you're able to maintain your bone mass. As you know, people as they get older, they lose bone mass and
Mm-hmm.
they're susceptible to fractures. So one of
Mm-hmm.
the ways to prevent yourself from getting fractures when you get older is strength training. It's something you can't get with just being physically active. It has to be planned and structured for you to get the particular strength training for the different muscles in your body. So that's where exercise is very important. So to summarize, physical activity is great, exercise is great. You actually need both.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant
Yes.
summation there. You need both the physical exercise and also the structured, planned workouts for your muscles. Oh, wow. We see education is light. Once
Mm-hmm.
education
Yes.
entered, it's even there in the Bible, my people perish because they lack
Because of
knowledge.
lack of
Once
knowledge.
Exactly. Because honestly,
Yes.
it's even becoming clearer to me why it needs to be done. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
times when I'm strolling and surfing on the net on the streets of Instagram, the blue app, I find people saying today is leg day. And I'm like, leg day, ko. We'll go and walk,
Mm-hmm.
Joe. But now, because of what you've said now, I can understand it. Because
Yes.
as you get older, your bone density shrivels. And so you
Yes.
need to strengthen. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Mm-mm. This 1 hour is not enough. I think we're going to come
Ah,
and have to do this. And the best thing is, I'm also going to submit myself to come and do Zumba.
you
Yes, I can
will.
do some
Yes.
Zoom classes. And then when people see the transformation, they'll begin to
Oh,
understand what we're talking about. Because I'm all
yes.
for putting up myself there to make sure that we are getting everyone
Mm-hmm.
included. It's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
obvious, Blossom, that we're living for longer now, even though the what's it called? The stats say that
Mm-hmm.
life expectancy, but I'm looking around, my father is still alive. It's gonna be all
Mm-hmm.
of 90, yeah, this year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
your parents are also, lots of us have our parents
My
around,
my my mo-
and they
my,
are,
my mom just celebrated her 90th birthday. So yeah.
do you understand? And she looks
Oh
good
yeah.
and she's strong.
Yeah, she
So
does. Yeah.
if our parents are still around at 90 and looking strong, then there's no excuse for us to fall apart
Mhm.
at in
Oh
our
yeah.
50s. We should
Yeah.
actually be stronger, and then we should be
Mm-hmm.
going for it. Thank you. So for every woman on this stream, your excuse has taken away. So you better come join me this Saturday. Be checking my post. You see where it's happening so that you can be a part of it. Yeah. Okay, Blossom. While you're still laughing at me, I'm gonna give at you now with a hard
I'm
one.
not laughing at you. I'm just happy that I get to see you on Saturday.
Oh, okay, great. I didn't even mean it like that. I was just kidding too. Okay, so now let's talk about we really need to think about how to pass on this messaging, the fitness messaging and the health marketing campaign, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to make it inclusive so that it can resonate like it's resonating with me right now to a diverse audience.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think your industry can do better to ensure? Can it be translated to different dialects? I know. I'm just talking off my cuff now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if I got your question, you're saying what can the fitness industry do to sort of promote fitness to everyone? Was that what you asked me?
Yes, and
Oh yeah.
yes, this aha moment that I'm having now, how do we take it out so it gets to a diverse group of women?
Yeah, so exactly what you're doing right now. You're promoting fitness. That's exactly what you're doing. What I do on my own platform, that's what I do. I promote fitness. We put the message out there, and I mean, why else do we do all these posts and post on our different social media platforms? Because you want people to see what is possible. So things on social media is fantastic, on any kind of media, in fact, very, very important. People in your own specific space, like your aunties, your sisters, your people that are around you, you can promote fitness among people that are around you. Any platform of women, men, anybody that you find yourself in, promote fitness. So it's all of us doing it all at the same time. It's not just fitness instructors like myself, but people like you that, like, oh, you have an aha moment, share it with somebody. So these are ways that we can promote fitness. Because if we're going to say, oh, let's wait for some policy decision to be made, I think we'll wait for a very, very long time. So anyone that you can reach out to today, that's what we should do. So I'm glad that we're doing what we're doing right now, because I'm sure some people would have learned something they didn't know before.
Great. We have to leverage technology, and we have
Oh
to leverage
yes.
technology and probably speak in diverse voices with diverse tones to be able to reach as many women and men because we have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
he for she,
Oh
you know,
yes.
to
Mm-hmm.
join the campaign to live a better, healthier, and fitter life. There's a question here for you. The question says, I'm 53 years old, 54 in November, and the only exercise I do is walking for say one
Mm-hmm.
hour. Please, is that enough?
So the World Health Organization actually recommends minimum of 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week for adults. So walking 1 hour a day, I'm assuming the person means one hour every day, right? So that's 7 hours in a week. That actually meets and exceeds the World Health Organization's physical activity recommendation.
Mhm.
However, with exercise,
Mhm.
and I'm going to say this, and people are not going to believe me, but with exercise, more is better than less. Studies have actually shown
Oh,
that
wow.
more exercise, oh yes, studies have shown that more exercise is better than less exercise. So you do 1 hour of walking. If you can increase it, increase it. If you can add strength training. So your 1 hour of walking gives you cardiovascular exercise. It's what we call, everybody knows as cardio. But there are different types
Mhm.
of um, exercise that we need. So we don't just need cardio, we need strength training, muscular training. We need flexibility training as well.
Aero.
So strength training would be like lifting of weights. Like I already mentioned earlier, as you get older, it becomes very important. So lifting of weights, very, very important.
Mhm.
Flexibility training, like yoga, also as you get older, it becomes very, very important to maintain the integrity of your joints, etc. So yes, walking 1 hour a day is
Hmm.
good, but more is better than less. And varying it, including strength training and flexibility, is even much better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hope I answered the person's
The
question. Yeah.
the ASCII did not say whether it's every day. So I hope that you have heard what Blossom said. Blossom says you need to do this 1 hour for you to begin to get the benefits. And then she says if you want maximum benefits, then you need to mix things up a bit, so you add she's come back with another one. She says, how much weight, please? My dumbbell is just 2.5 kg. So what
so
exactly are you following us?
with strength training, I always advise people to work with someone that is qualified. Don't just do it by yourself. So let's say you don't belong to a gym. There are lots of programs on you can find on YouTube. In fact, I did my strength training this morning, and I did it with an online class. So there are lots of online resources that you can. So my point is, don't just go do it by yourself. So work with a trainer. If you can't work with a trainer at the gym or like a strength training class at the gym, you can join a strength training class online on YouTube, on different platforms, so that you make sure you're doing the right thing. Because when it comes to strength training, doing the wrong thing can actually hurt you. So you make sure that you're doing it right. So you're doing your 2.5 kg weights. You can start with 2.5, but with time, you're going to realize that when you do the 2.5, you don't even feel anything. So you feel like, okay, maybe I should up it. So these are some of the tips you get when you work with people that actually are trained in strength training classes. So I would advise you to find an online platform and work with them. Yes.
Interesting. I was gonna ask you to talk about how we can leverage technology to ensure that the message gets to everybody. And
Oh
the
yeah,
question,
yeah.
the question now led you there. So please,
Mhm.
can you hop on it some more? That you don't need to go to a gym. You can actually use your phone.
Yes.
Please sound that
Yes,
again.
absolutely. And I mean, during the COVID pandemic lockdown,
Mhm.
people realized, oh, I can do this in my house with online classes. I was giving online classes during the lockdown, and I actually want to restart my online classes because people have been saying, "Oh, what if we can't make it to your class?" Blah blah blah. What can we do? So I'm trying to restart my online classes. So you can just with your phone. Like this morning, I joined the class in New Zealand. The class was in New Zealand, and I joined that
Hmm.
class from my phone, and it was a strength training class, and I had an amazing workout. So, and I didn't leave my house. I was right in my house. I didn't need to go to the gym. So people can actually take advantage of online resource. There are millions of resources online. Like just go to YouTube. There are like free sessions and free classes people are giving everywhere. So people just need to just go through and find what you like, what sort of resonates with you, and just start it. Some of the classes are even like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then the more you do it, the more you find out that your energy is up, your strength is up, you're able to go up to 1 hour. So I really, really would encourage everyone to take advantage of online classes. They're fantastic.
Thank you, Lozam. Thank you.
Mhm.
On this same show on Saturday, our guest said the future of inclusion is borderlessness, where you can be
Mm,
anywhere and access
mm.
anything just like
Oh,
that.
oh
And
yes,
here
I
you
love
are.
that.
You already went to New Zealand this morning. So that's where we're going to, where any
Oh
woman
yeah.
anywhere in the world can be able
Hmm.
to also go to New Zealand and get themselves doing some strength or health stuff,
Oh
whatever it is they
yes.
want to do. Thank
Yes.
you, thank you, thank you so much. It's been a very enlightening episode. And just before I let you go, I'm going to ask you to please give us your last, no, your closing remarks. Can be your last words. Your closing
No,
remarks
absolutely not
regarding
my
this.
last words.
So, so give us your closing remarks on inclusivity going forward. And please make sure to tell us where we should come to on Saturday to join
Okay.
this Zoom class.
Okay, good, good. So I'm going to use my closing remarks to focus on that person that is saying to themselves, so this whole fitness thing, how do I start it? I'm confused. I don't know where to start. It's overwhelming. I'm going to give you what I call the three S's. The first
Mm,
S, you start small. Like we had said within the hour, you start small. If it's 5 minutes, you can start with 5 minutes. But you have to start somewhere. So you start small. Second S, stay consistent. So if you want to do 5 minutes 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you do it 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're consistent. You stay consistent. And the last S is slowly increase. So you start at 5 minutes, but don't stay at 5 minutes. Increase to 10, increase to 15, to 20, to 30, to 40, 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. So you start small, you slowly increase, you stay consistent, and you slowly increase. And trust me, you'll be well on your way on your fitness journey. You'll be very, very happy you gave this gift to yourself. And that is one way that anybody can be included in their fitness journey. Fitness should be all inclusive for everybody. It's so simple. Start small, stay consistent, and slowly increase. Thank you.
you saved the best for the last. You just spoke to me. Start small. Isn't it? Take baby steps. Stay consistent.
Yes.
If you made up your mind you're going to do this 6 times a day and take 1 day of rest, then just do it. And then
Mhm.
slowly increase. I think
Yes.
this is doable. This is
Oh, it is.
absolutely doable
It
because
is.
then I do not have to be a pro like you, nor Kate Henshaw. No, another of my friends, Ute Naibe. I don't have to be pros like that. Then I could just come at my pace and just do it
Yes.
and still enjoy myself and attain
Mm-hmm.
very high levels of fitness.
Yes.
Okay, I know I said that was your last word, but as we were talking, something just occurred to me that we didn't talk about
Okay.
what we put in our mouth.
Oh, nutrition is a whole segment on its own.
Just pick one thing about it, and then I'll let you go for today.
So, for nutrition, there are three things that you need to pay attention to: the quality of the
Yes,
food that you eat, the quantity of the food that you eat, and the way the food is prepared. So, three things: quality, quantity, and preparation. So, the quality of your food is,
quality,
yes. So, the quality is, do you have the nutrients that you should have to feed your body? So, we're talking about our vitamins and minerals. So, if we're eating food that is overly processed, let's say like cake, meat pie, what nutrients are in those exactly? You ask yourself, does it have your vitamins A, B, C, D, or E? Does it have your minerals? It doesn't have any of those things that can actually nourish your body that you actually need. So we need to eat food that is nutrient dense, food that has the nutrients that we actually need. So the quality of food is very, very important. Number two, the quantity, portion control. Are you eating for two people? Are you eating for just yourself? Are you eating food for someone that, like someone, I saw someone's plate, I was like, are you a farmer? Are you a laborer? Like, what are you going to do after you've eaten this food? You're just going to lie down on your bed and watch TV. So all the calories that you just consume, what exactly are you going to do with it? So you consume food that matches your level of activity. That's number
very
two,
key.
quantity. Very, very important. Number three, preparation. Let me explain preparation saying, by giving this example. Plantain. One plantain is 220 calories. One fried plantain is about 1,000 calories, or at least 800 calories. Still the same plantain. That same plantain baked is about 300 calories. So it's the same food, but the way it's prepared has given it different calorie levels. And when you consume calories, the law of thermodynamics says everything you consume has to be accounted for. So if you don't use it to do your daily activities, it has to be stored somewhere as fat. So that's
Hmm.
nutrition in a
Hmm.
nutshell. Yes. Mhm.
Thank you. I'm glad I went there because it will help
Yeah.
a whole lot of us, because
Yes.
we women use food for comfort.
Oh, yes.
We do emotional eating and binging. So all
Yes.
of these that we're talking about hinges largely on discipline. First, you get the knowledge, you get the
Mhm.
understanding, and then you find the discipline, you develop the muscle to help you
Mhm.
stay true and go through.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Blossom. You have taught us a lot today. You have actually opened my eyes personally to a lot of things. I
Mm.
can't begin to enumerate all the things I've learned today from knowing that there's a health center around the corner. I'm certainly going to come to you offline to get a list so I could actually
Mhm.
publish it and see how many people we can actually help, pointing them in
Yes.
that direction so that we reduce stress all around for
Mhm.
everyone. And also
Yes.
now also to telling us different difference between my daily activities and structured and planned exercises to make sure that
Mhm.
all my joints are nimble, my muscle mass is good and able to carry me through all the way to
Mhm.
ensure that I keep doing great and achieving my steadily increasing all my commas, like they say now.
Mhm.
So, and finally, thank you for letting me know that the way to nurse myself back to life and productivity is not by how much more I eat. I should
Yeah.
ensure that Whatever goes into my mouth, I'm going to expend it through my daily activity. Otherwise, to be stuck
Mm.
somewhere as BBL.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm just somebody should just help me, yeah? Okay, on that beautiful note, we are going to bring this to a close. Thank you, Blossom, for coming on the show. We truly enjoyed having you here. Thank you for your time. Um,
Thank you so much for
yeah,
having
something just
me.
occurred to me. No, before you run off, you do have personal classes. You have classes. We can invite you as a group, isn't it, to come do some classes for us.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Is it very
Absolutely.
expensive?
And your audience
Could you
members can
please?
always follow me on at Blossoms Fitness Hub on Instagram, so that anywhere I'm
Mhm.
doing my classes, they can see it posted and attend.
Okay, so please, could you give us an idea of how much it costs so that anybody who wants to invite you for their corporate, their office, their church, their group, so that they can have you come?
Oh, isn't it? We'll talk about this after the show now.
Okay. All right. I'm going to find out from her and I'm going to put it.
They can send me a DM on at Blossoms Fitness Hub on Instagram, and then we can have that discussion.
Okay, great. So everyone
Yeah.
listening, everyone who is going to come after, this is to say that Blossom could be coerced somehow to come to you as well, not just you going to her hall. She can come, put you guys through, teach you all of this, and then you will now begin to run the things for yourself. Blossom, thank you once again.
My
All
pleasure.
right. Dear women, dear up you women, there you have it from the experts. And she broke it down. I know that she could have, spoken some very big things. These doctors, they're all the same. Even their handwriting, we can't read it. And they speak big English and then get us all before those. But today she broke it down nicely. And I'm sure that we all get it. You know, we can all see that she practices what she preaches. I mean, look at her, all of 54, 4 children down the line, and then 9 marathons, and still looking forward to running more. It's
Oh.
just simply mean that inclusivity in health and fitness is not just a goal, it's a
Mm.
necessity. It is
Yes.
a necessity. And I hope that we have all been challenged and encouraged at the same time to step out of our comfort zone and fix our health. We make up 51% of the world, and it's important that this 51% of the world remains fit and healthy so that we can run the world. Like we say, who run the world? So for us to run the world, we need to be fit and healthy. I hope you start today. Yes. Yes, you listening to us now. Yes, you on that stream who has refused to share. You who has refused to write anything, but you're there, you're listening. We can see you though. Anyway, so please, I hope you start today. This is where we wrap up today's edition of Up with Ezine. As always, it's been another amazing one. Kindly follow us on all our social media platforms at Up with Ezine. Make sure you get copies of our books. And don't forget to be a part of our amazing community. Let's continue the conversation. Do also go follow at Blossom Fitness Hub on Instagram and then go through all their posts and then see what you can learn for yourself. The best investment you can make for yourself is a healthy you. To be healthy in body and to be healthy and to be sound of mind. That is the best investment you can make in yourself. So remember to join us next week for another captivating episode. Remember, my dear sisters, we pull together. That is inclusion. All of us pulling together. So be sure to learn all you've learned, share all that you've learned today with another woman. Hey, life story. You finally showed yourself. It's good to see you. So be sure to share all that you've learned with another woman, and then so that we will do what? We will keep driving the message. Reinforce it's one thing to hear the message, it's another thing to reinforce the message. We need to reinforce the message and tell every woman, give every woman a reason, a cogent one to be fit, to be healthy. That's the only way to live this life and live it at full crush. Keep spreading the message of inclusion. And let's continue this important dialogue in all our various communities, like Blossom said. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep the videos coming for 1,000 voices to inspire inclusion. Bye for now. My name is Ezine Kufure Ekanem, and is up you. Blossom, what do you say? Bye for
Bye.
now.